Russia testing new tank that lands from the sky. Russia will begin testing a new airborne tank destroyer this fall, according to Russia media. Though Russia designates the Sprut SDM1 as an anti-tank vehicle, it more resembles a light tank. But whatever it is, the Sprut is part of a unique line of vehicles that has made Russia the only modern power that routinely uses armor parachuted from planes, notably the BMD-4 air-droppable infantry fighting vehicle, though China does field the WZ-506 airborne IFV. The last American armored vehicle designed to be dropped out of a plane was the M551 Sheridan, a 1960s light tank armed with a 152mm cannon/missile launcher, deployed to the jungles of Vietnam, where its thin armor and fragile ammunition proved troublesome. The vehicle was soon relegated to training duties. But when Russia says airborne tank, it means airborne tank. Russia and the Soviet Union both dropped their armored vehicles with their crews inside the vehicle. The Sprut SDM1, designated a self-propelled anti-tank gun, SPAT, is both air-droppable and amphibious. The SPAT has a full combat weight of 18 tons, and its crew totals 3, a commander, a gunner, and a driver, according to TASS. The vehicle is powered by a UTD-29 diesel multi-fuel engine with a power output of 500 HP that produces a speed of up to 70 km per hour on road and up to 7 km per hour in water. The Sprut SDM1's armament suite incorporates a 2A75 125mm smoothbore main gun, a coaxial PKTM 7.62mm medium machine gun and a PKTM machine gun integrated with a roof-mounted remotely controlled weapon station. The 2A75 is coupled to an auto-loader that drastically increases its firing rate. The gun can fire anti-tank guided missiles, ATGM. The self-propelled gun is also fitted with 6 Tuja-type smoke dischargers mounted on the turret. The SPAT is based on the chassis of the newest BMD-4M airborne infantry fighting vehicle, AIFV. The Sprut punches above its weight, with a 125mm cannon similar to those found on Russian main battle tanks, and a sophisticated fire control system. The Sprut SDM1 is a reliable vehicle that can be operated in mountainous terrain and hot climates, TASS notes. The vehicle also features a high power-to-weight ratio. But nothing comes for free in tank design. The price of lightweight and heavy firepower is a thin skin. The Sprut's armor is only proof against weapons up to 12.7mm, .50-inch caliber, heavy machine guns. In that sense, it is actually closer to the US concept of tank destroyers, or at least when the US last fielded them in World War II. The American M10 and M18 had a turret and gun equivalent to a tank, but with thinner armor. The problem was that they were supposed to be used in hit-and-run ambushes, kind of today's anti-tank guided missiles, but ended up being used in the field as tanks where their lack of protection proved a disadvantage. In contrast, the Nazis and Soviets tended to use heavily armored, turretless vehicles with big guns such as the notorious 80-ton Jaguar, which were survivable but certainly not air-droppable. But Russia's airborne armor, even if thin-skinned, does address the Achilles heel of airborne troops. Ever since World War II, the biggest danger to paratroopers has been their vulnerability to enemy armor, as the British 1st Airborne Division discovered at Arnhem in 1944. Airborne operations have tended to be a race between enemy armor rushing to destroy the airborne bridgehead before friendly armor can relieve the paratroopers. Even with man-portable anti-tank missiles and rockets, sky troopers become lightly armed soldiers moving on foot once they land. While a fragile weapon, the Sprut at least gives them a semblance of armor support on the defense, and mobile, armored firepower, in other words, a tank on the offense.